All right. Here we are. We're back. Another week of the Nando Rome show. What's up, Rome?
What's up, Nando?
Not much. Trying to figure out what we should talk about, but we'll figure it out. Um,
Maybe.
we had the draft came and happened. Um, Now it's all about there was a rookie mini camp that I didn't really I guess it's because wasn't really paying attention, but I didn't really pay attention to
Hmm.
any of the things being reported. But
Yeah. No.
I think one thing came out of it. They did sign a, I think it's a corner or a safety from who's actually Joey Porter Jr.'s cousin. He was like a invite to an undrafted invite. He wasn't
Hmm.
even like part of the undrafted uh, rookie class. He was a trial player. That was the word I couldn't think of.
Try out. Yep.
And he got signed. So, um, yeah, I mean that's what came out of it. There was a lot of people trying out. I think there was a couple of receivers who haven't panned out in this league who people had hopes for because I think Justin Ross was one of them that was there as a tryout this weekend as a tryout player because they
Hmm.
do that but nothing really going on.
Yeah, it's pretty
uh
slow.
it's been pretty slow how he did his thing. I think. Was there another? No, we talked about it. AJ Brown got an extension. There
Yeah.
hasn't been anything else. But
Mm.
I mean, I think the biggest thing that people are talking about is that how that AJ Brown and Mylotta were in the building during rookie minicamp.
Yeah.
Like I guess they were the only people that showed up. Which veterans don't really show up for, but people are making a big deal because that shows some good leadership, I guess.
Hmm.
But
I think Jalen and Miles, not Miles, Jesus
well, they've
Christ.
been working out. They're
Barkley were
around.
there.
Take on.
Yeah. Calling him Miles. How dare I?
Yeah. I mean, they played together. They almost look.
They both went to Penn State.
Yeah. This around the
Miles was,
same time.
yeah,
Uh,
well, Miles was his backup.
so the biggest thing coming up is that the schedule will be out next week, and
Hmm.
we can do the thing where we might be able to do some maybe some win losses. I don't know. Maybe the schedule will come on next week. We already know that the first game is in Brazil. That's all we know against the
Hmm.
Packers. So we'll see how everything else pans out.
Hmm.
But as far as Eagles news, everything's quiet. Nothing going on
Usual.
there. Uh,
Yeah.
for purposes of this podcast, the Phillies have the best record in baseball right now.
The best record in baseball.
Yeah, I mean you can't as
But I mean, you can't win the World
as a wise
Series in
person that
May.
as a wise person that I know says, you can win the pennant in May, but you can lose it. So at least they're not losing it.
Mm.
So it's a good start after a very much, I guess you could say, 500 start to the year.
It was a slow start. Now they're kicking in high gear, which is lovely.
Well,
Bryce is on fire. He loves hitting on BOGO night.
mm, okay.
He seems to be so. The Phillies might have to
Is
make it
that the new
BOGO night.
special?
Yeah, instead of
Like the
Dollar Dog
new.
Night, it's buy one get one. Yeah, it's
Well,
BOGO
they should
night.
bring Dollar Dog Night because there was a story. We don't have to talk about it, but the Mets had it like last week or the week before.
They were doing the same thing that the Phillies did. They were
Yeah, but they were.
chucking them.
Yeah, but they're doing regular Dollar Dog Night. They're doing the
Yeah,
same thing, and supposedly they sold 44,000 and some change hot dogs for $1 at City.
that's nothing. That's literally nothing. Come on, I would have at least four hot dogs just myself.
Yeah, I mean,
And then what's the bank holds what 48,000?
yeah, they hold around the same. It's probably it wasn't full though. The city hasn't been full this year.
Okay, I'll
It's
give him that. Then I'll give it to him now.
yeah.
Uh,
Somebody had at least 10. Maybe Frank the Tank from Barstool showed up and he had like 10.
Probably had a
Uh,
meltdown somewhere in between,
Surprised he didn't choke on one if he was there because he's always screaming about something.
chewing on it, whatever that damn thing is he wears around his neck?
Yeah,
That
something like
goddamn
that.
thing.
I kind of tune him out because he's always screaming. But anyway, yeah, that's what's going on in baseball. Flyers have been out. We don't have to talk about that. Uh,
Wait.
Sixers are out, and honestly, Rome's not a big basketball fan, but he was the first one texting me as
Of
these games
course
were
I
going
was.
on. Um,
Like,
bitching about
yeah.
whatever was going on, and
I mean, you saw
so,
you saw it coming.
well, yeah, that's why I wasn't really
So,
like as into it because
I
I knew what
mean,
was happening. But honestly, the last game, and I'm gonna be honest, it's and some of that stuff will get cleared up this year, this offseason, hopefully, if they can get it done, see if Daryl Morey can get to work. But the whole thing about that last game compared to the next, I'm not saying what I'm gonna say is like on paper, I guess you could say like these teams are even. Um,
ah, let's on paper, the Sixers should have won in five.
yeah, I
The
mean, look,
Sixers should have won in five,
the
but they shit it away, especially with thank God Tobias Harris is gone. They didn't get score a single point in that final game.
well, yeah, that's what I was getting
I
at. That
mean,
last game, um, where the Sixers got eliminated. That last game was it in Philly or was it in New York? I forget. But anyway,
uh,
it was in New York. It was Game 6 because it was
yeah,
2. Um, no, 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 no.
no, it was
Yeah,
in Philly.
it was in
Wait,
Philly.
I don't know. See, that's silly. I was just irritated by it.
Well, the series was 2-0. They get a win in Philly, then they get 3-1, and then yeah, it might have been actually in New York.
I think
Anyway,
okay.
because it actually, I think it was 4-1. Now I think about it, Sixers didn't win a damn game. Um, well, anyway, back to the last game. That we saw this current Sixers team on the floor, and it was basically what happened. The story of that game was that basically the Sixers bench showed up, aka two guys. In the playoffs, the bench gets shortened. Um,
Yes, Buddy Heald
Buddy
finally
Hield
fucking
had
showed up.
20. Buddy Hield had 20 off the bench. Batum had 16. And I'm going to be honest, I'm not blaming Maxi. Maxi had an off night, but that means everybody else has to step up.
Yeah, I mean he can't pop off every night.
Joel was in the 30s, I think.
Yeah. Like
So
I've come to grips until they can get this support
jo-
cast around
Joel
Joel
had
and Maxi.
39. Joel had
At 39.
39,
Okay, yeah.
and
Maxi ended up
Maxi,
having over 20, didn't he? Ended up at
Maxi and
Ubre.
Oubre had
Ubre.
17 each,
Okay.
and then the 20 and 16 from the bench. But what I'm getting at is that the Sixers bench outscored the Knicks bench because the Knicks only had two people coming off the bench and they got 8 points total, I think, and that came in like
Hmm.
the fourth quarter. And the the Knicks right now, because of people hurt, they're playing a like 7-man rotation, and the starters play mostly all of the game. And those starters were all over double digits compared to
Hmm.
our starters. And when you have the old ass Kyle Lowry, who I don't even know why people were excited about that signing,
I get it.
getting
He's a
zero
local kid.
points.
He's a local kid coming back. Well,
Yeah,
he can't even say he's a kid.
it's like
Local
four.
guy coming back.
It's 4 seasons too late, honestly.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Kyle Lowry gets 0 points. I'm not too mad about that because anything from Kyle Lowry would have been great. But
Yeah.
Tobias, I mean,
He's just a joke.
I've been, I've kind of given up on him. So
I,
it's
ga-
not like I
I
was
gave
really
up on
mad.
I gave
It's
up
not like
on
I
him
was
two
really
years ago.
mad. But if they would have got like, I don't know, maybe like 6 points from him, that
They would have won.
that probably would have been the difference.
They would have won.
Yeah, exactly.
But
So,
listen,
but
look, I've come to grips that the Sixers are the Dallas Cowboys of the NBA. All this hype all during the season for a first round knockout.
yeah, well,
The Sixers have become the Dallas Cowboys of basketball. That's just what it is.
yeah. I mean, I'm a big Nick Nurse fan, so we'll see what they do.
I like
And they,
Nick Nurse. I mean, he took a nobody Toronto team,
yeah.
so I like Nick Nurse. So hopefully,
So they're gonna have around 60 million. available in cap.
Yeah,
So
the
that
only
means,
yeah, the what I understood is the only person that's still signed under contract is Joel. That's it.
well,
Nobody else is
yeah,
under contract.
yeah,
So,
basically. So I was the only one. Well, Paul Turner actually, that's the one. He actually has a contract that he's still under. It's not that big, but if they cut him, they're gonna save like 4 million.
mm,
So that'll
so
give them
yeah.
a little bit more
So,
space if they decide to do that.
yeah. Obviously,
But
Maxi's gonna be back, and
yeah,
I think they should. If I would love to see Jimmy Buckets get reunited with
I don't.
Joel.
I'm gonna be
I
honest. I
I
don't.
I would like to. I mean, he's kind of even though I don't like his
I think
mouth,
Jimmy.
but
I like his mouth. I don't mind his mouth.
I
I
can
think
already see.
it'll fit really well in Philly.
Watch it be LeBron. Watch LeBron come to Philly now
And
because his son was supposedly looking at Villanova. Bronny's supposedly looking at Villanova.
well, I'm gonna tell you this.
I don't want it
I
because I know what's going to happen. It'll be
I
the
don't.
end of this team.
No, I mean,
Mm,
Ron's still playing at a high level.
yeah, but no, but yeah, he wipes out everybody on his teams. That's the problem. If he doesn't like the coach is gone. If this player sucks, this player's gone.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, I mean that's another story. If it does happen, we'll get into it. But I don't want Jimmy, and it's not because I don't like Jimmy. I just think Jimmy's done. The decline has started, and
That could be.
we it's people can argue with me because he didn't really play like this playoffs, and that's true. He got hurt. You know what? He got hurt against
Yeah.
the Sixers in the play-in because he had a wide open drive to the layup, and he decided to pump fake, and then the defender came up behind him and fell for the pump fake, and he got hurt on that.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever. Jimmy doesn't usually pump fake. He was wide open on a basically breakaway, not to use like terms from another sport.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see what they do around those two because those two aren't going anywhere. They'd be dumb unless you're trading away to get somebody like crazy, but that's not going to happen either. So, but they just got to figure out how to build around it and honestly
I
see
mean,
what happens. But
I don't even know if I have faith in Daryl Morey
I
to
don't either. But that
get a cast around Joel and Maxi to
I don't
finish it
either.
on.
So all right, but there was something related to basketball that happened this weekend that you want to talk about. So
Ah.
take charge, take the
Hmm.
lead here.
All right.
Floor's yours.
So, Mr. Glenn Rivers' son, Austin Rivers, stated that he could today or the other day, I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before or whenever it was, that he could take 30 NBA players right now and play in the NFL like it's no big deal. And that could not happen the opposite way. Austin, shut the hell up. The NBA is the softest sport next to soccer. You guys wouldn't even last 2 minutes on the gridiron. It's just a fact. You guys would be demolished in 5 seconds. There is no flopping in football to save you from getting smoked by a linebacker. You, dude, I didn't even, totally forgot Austin Rivers even existed until he had to open his mouth. Like, dude, you're such a bum, just like your father. You're I don't even know why I even bother bringing this little small rant, bringing it up with him, Austin Rivers. He's nobody. Did, what do you where like this kid? Like, what makes you think that you could go and play in the NFL? You couldn't. You couldn't handle it. You would be destroyed in about 5 seconds. There's absolutely no way. The only better athletes than the NFL players are lacrosse players. Sorry, that's a different topic for another day. So there's no way in hell NBA players can go and play basketball or play football. I'm sorry. There's no way NBA players can go and play football. Absolutely zero. NFL players, 100% because they're actually tough and actually are actual athletes, not whiny babies and actors. Actually, I should call most of them actresses.
I got rebuttals. I got rebuttals to this.
Oh, here we go.
I
Okay.
got rebuttals to this, but it's not what you think. I think that people forget that I'm not saying they could do it now, right? Because most of these guys have been removed from it. But a lot of these guys in both sports um played the other sports before when they
Hmm.
were younger. It's not I don't think it's a case of toughness. I think it's a case of you haven't done it in a while type of thing. The like both both sports are full of these freak athletes nowadays. So I'm not doubting the athleticism to do
Hmm.
it. It's just it's a different type of training to get ready for it. And, as much as like people have always talked about it, like LeBron would be probably an awesome tight end um, at his height or whatever. But
I don't know. There's no flopping.
well, it's part of the game. That's the argument I'll make about that. As much as I hate it, it's part of the game. Like it's the game ends up being about. We have one of the biggest persons in the team we were just talking about who's always constantly going for a foul, and that's what the game for some of these superstars is. It's I'm gonna make you, I'm gonna beat you by getting to the hole, and it's I gotta make it look like you did something, and it it sucks, but that's just the game. Um, the I mean, the game has changed us too. It's a little bit more finesse. Just like football's changed too. I could
Well, I
argue that
mean,
late '80s, early '90s basketball was uh you couldn't really like it was tough to go into the paint
yeah,
against
that was real
anyone.
basket. It was real basketball. It was
Um,
tough.
Fouls weren't
Physical.
called like as much, and the league the NFL has changed too. The NFL is more offensive. The hits happen, but they're not as big as like that Reggie Bush hit that everybody always plays, and because it
One
happened against the
one of the one
Eagles.
of the greatest hits of all time.
Yeah, happened against the Eagles. So that's another big thing. But
Actually, the
I
greatest hit of
think
all
that
time was
the
Doc on
reason
Crumpler.
why I don't think, but he was talking. I feel like he was talking not to defend him, even though he went to Duke, but
That's even worse.
uh,
If it was lacrosse, I'd totally like him. If it was lacrosse, I'd like him.
but
But he
I
played
think
basketball.
not to defend him, but I think he was making like a point like on a like it felt like he was trying to make a point like on a one game basis, not like a like let's have a season because I think he'd be really wrong about that. So because
If it was on a one game basis,
yeah,
I'd take NFL players over NBA players any day of the week.
yeah, but like I said, at the end of the day, it comes down to it's different conditioning. I'm not saying it's about the athleticism. I think all these guys are very athletic. Even a lineman like Lane Johnson or something like that is very athletic. Most linemen are nowadays. They're not like big and fat anymore. And can't really move past 5 yards. They do a lot of shit.
Yeah,
Um,
they're jacked.
we got two of the most athletic tackles in the league. Look at Mailata. But
I'm still waiting for that jersey.
it's not it's not athleticism related. I think it's more of like the conditioning and the fact that some of these guys
Yeah.
haven't done it in a while in both ends because a lot of these guys play both sides. We just drafted a guy who everybody keeps playing his high school highlights of him playing basketball. He was really good. Mr.
Oh,
DeJohn.
Coop DeJong.
DeJohn. And like
I think he can
he's
take Kate.
really athletic.
I think he can take Caitlin.
I mean, he said he just
I
said he
think
didn't want any smoke in the press conference. He was like, I don't.
I I'll take the smoke.
Somebody asked.
I'll take yeah, I know that. I'll take the smoke. I think he would smoke her. I think he'd
Nah,
smoke her.
get
Yeah.
real, yeah.
Yeah. Yep. He'd smoke her.
Uh,
Yep.
Cooper hasn't played in a while. This is what I'm talking about. She's been playing.
Yeah, but he's an athlete.
Cooper hasn't
So
played
he'll
in
smoke.
5 years.
He'll smoke her. He just dunks on her. That's all. She
That'll
ain't
be fun.
scoring. He's taller than he just she ain't getting the bucket off.
Not one.
She ain't getting one. It'll be 11-0. 11-0.
But also, this is the other thing I'll say, and I'll keep saying it. And we're making content too, so it's gonna sound like hypocritical, but like I understand what Austin's doing. Unfortunately, Austin's on a platform on ESPN, and that's what people do nowadays for content. They say wild stuff that gets people talking about it, gets people mad about it. That's really all that is. And I hate it. I don't watch it. I come across the some of the clips on like the socials, but
Yeah.
it's part of the game, unfortunately. And like he wants this reaction where look,
He
everybody's
got it. He grabbed
got it.
me.
Everybody,
He
there's
got
a
me.
video. You sent me one
Yes.
earlier. Chris
Fucking
Long
asshole got
reacting,
me.
other people reacting. He got the attention. Now it's like, oh look, Austin Rivers trending, whether it's good or bad, because that's the
God
thing.
damn it. I don't bite. I usually don't bite for people that I don't like. I usually don't bite, and I fucking bit.
Yeah,
I don't.
you bit, but you bit. I think you
I
bit
bit.
because you saw people you like reacting to it. Because I know,
Well, no, I already I
long.
saw it before anyone else. I saw that clip, and I was like, "You fucking asshole." But
Yeah. So
I,
that's what it is. And he'll sit there and deny it. And maybe one day he'll say, yeah, I was doing a thing. But most people are doing a thing nowadays. Like, so
yeah.
it's, I would rather, honestly, not to plug, I'm not going to plug anybody, but I would rather, when it comes to my sports, watch other things or listen to certain podcasts.
Hmm.
Because the TV stuff is very, um, as I said, there's an agenda, there's a game plan, there's a,
Yeah, yeah. But
so,
yeah. TV
and
stuff now. TV stuff
yes.
now is just like background music,
Yeah, so
background noise.
call me hypocritical, but because we're doing content too, like I said, but um I don't think we're saying a lot of wild shit except where Roman gets on his rant. Maybe that's but it's actually him being mad at whatever it is. So it's not a bit. This is how Roman
There's no bits. That's just me.
this is how Rome texts us on the group chat.
I swear to God,
Um,
they will be 10 times worse come football season. These rants will be
yeah,
10 times
so
worse.
yeah, and that's what I think our fans are gonna stick around for because once the season gets going, um, Roman's gonna have a rant every week, sounding like a WIP caller,
It's
uh, or
it,
even yeah, WIP caller unhinged. That's really
yeah,
what
it's yeah, there's no
one of
dump
these.
button. There's no dump button for me.
No, one of these. Then crickets. We won't have any crickets. They're still playing. I hate that sound. I don't know why.
Would you get a cricket sound?
Nah, I mean that's what I was trying to do.
Oh.
A little. We won't see any of that or any crickets, but I got more sounds. I'll try to use them more. I just gotta be. I always forget that I have them. But yeah, we're getting there. I got more sounds like not that the people in the podcast need to know that, but I mean, it's a random conversation.
Hmm.
We're upgrading little by little here.
We're
Uh,
getting there.
I got sounds.
We
I
started at the
forget that
ground
I
floor. We're
have.
working our way up.
Yeah, little by little. We'll get there. We'll have clips soon. Been working on that. Some we get it. I'm gonna see if I can do it with your rant this week, but I'm not making any
Uh,
promises. But either way, I think that's all we got. And as usual, I didn't say it in the beginning, so I'm hoping you guys listen till the end. Please like, subscribe, share, all that. Um, it'll help us in the long run.
yeah.
And tell your friends about us. So share all that.
Also,
Um,
also,
we
I don't want to plug a certain streaming service. If y'all haven't watched it, make sure you watch the Tom Brady roast. It's probably the greatest roast I've ever watched.
I still got 45 minutes left. It's so long though.
Bro,
To be
it's
honest.
ruthless. It's ruthless.
Yeah,
It
yeah, yeah,
is
it is. I've
ruthless.
enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it.
It's
Um,
ruthless.
we'll plug it. We'll plug it because it was really good. Yeah, I have like 45 minutes left, so I've watched most of it. I think Schultz was the last person that I saw on.
Okay.
So, and he was really good. So, um,
The coach show up yet?
yeah, I already saw
Okay.
coach, because part of Andrew Schultz, one of Andrew Schultz's jokes was about like he mentioned
That's
Belichick
right. That's right. I
and
can
that he
remember
was
what it was.
taping. Don't worry, he wasn't late. He was somewhere taping, like whatever he was doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he made fun of Dana. That was hilarious.
Dana
But
had a good one. Oh, did you Dana hasn't come up yet, right?
no, I already saw Dana. He came with
Uh,
Kill Johnny.
okay.
Um, so that's Schultz was the last comedian I saw. I
Okay.
think. Yeah, yeah. Schultz was the last comedian. But yeah, there's like 30 or 45 minutes left.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's really good. Watch it, people. If
It
you
is
got three
very good.
hours of time, or just do like me, watch it little by little because I had other things to do.
Or
Uh,
if you're like me and you got to stay up till like
well, yeah,
3, 5 in the morning, yeah, you just
yeah,
watch
you
the
got
whole
other
thing.
responsibilities, kids, work, all that.
Well, the kid's sleeping. I got work. I got to stay up for work. Kid's
Yeah,
sleeping.
but yeah, guys, till next week. Well, next week we'll have some schedule news. So
Yes.
maybe we'll go win loss, early win loss. Um, maybe we'll start talking fantasy. I don't know. You never know where you're gonna get here. The Nando Rome show or Roman Nando show.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter however you say it. We're here. All right. Peace.
Peace.